Wait, this house is only how much? I wonder if I could afford that. Should call this realtor, see if anyone else is trying to buy this house.
Hello, this is Heather. Oh yeah, that home is still available. I can definitely show it to you. Are you pre-qualified?
Shopping for homes before getting pre-qualified is a lot like putting your shoes on before you put your socks on. Pre-qualification, then search for a home. I just had a situation like this past weekend. In fact, it's happening more and more. People find a house and realize it's in pretty decent shape and the price really isn't that bad. So they think, what if I could afford this house? And that's when they reach out and they start to do all the work to get pre-qualified, and I gotta do everything that I do. Well, the problem with doing that, it's not always as fast as it can be when you're doing it last minute like that. When we're waiting for the house first and then we do the loan, and keep in mind, I'm happy to do that. Like, I was busting my ass all weekend long working on this pre-qualifications because there was this house that came available for like a stupid low price and everybody wanted it. And the realtor was sending everybody my information to get pre-qualified, and so I was doing all of these applications, which is great. I love that. I'm super pumped for it. But the problem is there was only really one client who actually was ready to go, that had all their finances prepared, W-2s ready, pay stubs, that had everything I needed to get the loan application fully ready to go and approved so that they could make an official offer, and they actually ended up winning that house. But there were a couple other situations where people reached out, wanted to get qualified. I had two people that were a little bit short on their credit score, and not by much. And this is why I always say you want to start 3 to 6 months before you start buying, or even a year out. Or if you just are curious in general of what you potentially could qualify for, even if you don't have plans on buying anytime soon, it's still a good idea to go through this. A couple of these clients, they're gonna be ready by next week, but the problem is that house is already gone. It's been sold. Their opportunity for waiting for that property, because they waited till the last minute and then got pre-qualified, they missed out on it because someone else was more prepared. Don't let that happen to you. Because here's what can happen. Sure, we can apply, and let's say your credit's great and we have the program that we need, we have the money that we need, and everything works out, and I get you pre-qualified and you can make an offer and you're ready to go. That's awesome, but that's not always the scenario. So like with these other two clients, right? Like one of them was, no joke, like 20 points away from qualifying for the loan program that would have worked for them, and they really didn't have any money to do like a regular loan. So they definitely needed some sort of a down payment assistance. But again, we needed like 22 points on the credit score to get higher. Now the good news is I found a way to do that really fast, actually. In fact, when we went through the exercise to figure out how we can get these extra points, we found a way to do it in like 3 days. But 3 days when a home is already available and people are making offers on it, that's too long. And so they missed out on this house because they didn't start soon enough. So don't let that be you. Don't wait till you find that house. You might be surprised at what you could actually qualify for. I have so many people that qualify and just don't even realize their options. They go through it and they're like, oh man, I could have bought a house 6 months ago. I could have bought a house a year ago. What am I doing? If your lease is coming to an end soon, or it might be coming to an end, or there are so many situations right now where renters are offloading properties because of just what's happening in the market. So they're having to sell their properties to recoup some cash. You don't want to be stuck with nowhere to go. There's all the information's on my website. All you gotta do is go there, check it out, fill out a quick inquiry if you're not ready to do a full loan application yet, and we can talk for 10 or 15 minutes about your situation. I have so many people that call and they're like, is this even a possibility? Can I even do this with my situation? And I will be honest with you. And if it's not, if it won't work, I can tell you what will work or what will need to happen in order to get you there. I'm all about solutions and solving problems. So if homeownership is a real dream of yours and you have no idea where to get started, give me a call today. Let's get it going. Homeownership can happen for you. Let's do it. Happy May the 4th. This is literally my favorite day of the year. In case you didn't know, a little bit of a Star Wars fan. Just a little bit. So today, we're gonna make a Star Wars based cocktail. I just came up with this thing, no idea if it's gonna be good or not. This one is gonna be called the Boba Fett, because I'm kind of a fan of Boba Fett, in case you couldn't tell. For the real Star Wars fans out there, you all know that if Boba Fett were to show up at a bar in Tatooine, he's gonna order the Gardula. Everybody knows that. But I don't know what the hell that is and what's in it, so we're gonna try my version of the Gardula, or the Boba Fett. So this one is gonna be kind of it's a whiskey highball, but I'm gonna be using a Japanese whiskey, because Star Wars, like you got that whole samurai Japanese thing going on. Japanese whiskey is where it's at. Then we're gonna throw some matcha powder in it with some honey syrup and lime juice, club soda, and we'll see if it's good. This one's pretty simple, to be honest. So we'll start off with our amazing Japanese whiskey. Got this at Costco. This one always throws everyone off because it says coffee grain whiskey, so everyone assumes that it's coffee, but if you notice how coffee's spelled, it's not the coffee that you drink. It's this type of coffee. It's the type of still that they make the whiskey out of. So there's a picture of it on the back. It's kind of a Scottish or a Irish technique is that typical still, so you don't usually see that in Japanese whiskey. I had this for the very first time at Nobu with just a way too expensive steak, but it was so good. So I had to get a whole bottle. 2 ounces of Japanese whiskey. You can use whatever you want, but I'm a huge fan of the Nikka coffee grain whiskey. Then we're gonna take our pure lime juice, 1/2 ounce of that. Plus it's gonna give it some green too. Boba Fett. My honey syrup is actually honey saffron syrup. You take 1 part honey, 1 part water, a couple sprigs of saffron, crush it up, heat it, and there's honey syrup. 1/2 ounce of that as well. Just makes it a little bit easier to work with than straight up honey. And then our matcha powder. There we go. Whoa. I've had matcha tea before, but I've never had it in a cocktail. So I just found these little single serve guys at Trader Joe's, so worked out perfect for this cocktail. Interesting. Okay, check it out with some ice. Oh, and then before I do that, let me get the ice in this guy too. They're so cute. All right. Oh yeah, it's nice and cold. Very green.
What if he doesn't survive? He's worth a lot to me.
That's exactly what we want, Tim. That's green. And we top with our club soda.
Put Captain Solo in the cargo hold.
Mix it up a little bit. That's cool looking. The perfect garnish for the Boba Fett. Is Boba Fett himself. The Boba Fett. All right, I gotta try this. Sorry, buddy. Ooh, that's good. Oh yeah. May the 4th be with you. It's no good to me dead.